For the next episode of Whiteboard Wednesday, I want to run a hypothetical scenario based on a real conversation that took place earlier today. Partner tees up an opportunity. Client has seen explosive growth, and Chris Hewitt and Jonas Fruget had a call with the client this morning. Gave me a debrief on it, and a quick high-level view is seen explosive growth to 800 employees, wow. Majority of which work in remote sites. They currently, because they've seen such explosive growth, don't have a traditional IT organization. Person's been hired in to a role in another function, but used to work in the IT, has been in IT organizations before, knows IT, knows technology, and this individual's become the designated person. Feedback on the call was she's getting 400 to 500 emails a day that what would traditionally be a ticket in a normal organization with IT is happening over email. And oftentimes people don't know who to copy, so they're copying lots of people on emails. Sure. And they may be getting picked up and not, but the net is things aren't getting done, lots of email traffic. Client comes and says, hey, we're thinking about a ticketing system. And we then expanded the conversation to, it's really got to be ticketing system plus the support, the ability to take the incoming support calls and build process around it. So if you're talking to that client that, by the way, doesn't necessarily have this in the budget, they're trying to solve a problem, what advice would you give?
Certainly getting all of those support requests in some sort of managed environment, ticketing system, otherwise would be hugely beneficial. But when you look at a scenario like that, to me, especially where someone says we don't have a budget for it, if you think about the amount of money that they're spending on a daily basis for employees to sit around and not have their support requests serviced. Think about that. Like, what does that cost? And how do you track that? How do you put a number on it? I don't know. But you could probably look at the organization across an average and say, hey, my people would be able to utilize 7 out of 8 hours every day out of a work day if their technology functioned properly. And right now, they're only able to use 5 out of 8 hours. So, do that math.
And that's only in the case where somebody's got a problem, they can't perform a function either because an application's not working, their computer's
their account's not provisioned correctly, the permissions issue. And I guarantee you with explosive growth, they're hiring at a very aggressive pace. And so onboarding that number of people with what they've essentially admitted no staff or no dedicated staff towards that function it's not a smooth process. You can almost guarantee it.
And we could almost go back to some prior episodes we talked about building onboarding process where it doesn't exist, gets people all the tools on day one, which therefore you can put a price on productivity from day one versus not. But you can also put a price on people that it takes 2 weeks to get all their tools.
And retention. I mean, you've done a study on retention the same way. It's where the data shows that people that had everything they needed to do their job and were equipped for success on day one, are 97% more likely to be there in whatever it was month 12 or something like that. It was something crazy like that. But I mean, those are just these soft costs that you don't have written down. They don't fall into a budget spreadsheet anywhere. But for a company that says we don't have a budget, but we're not doing this today, the answer is you got to come up with it from somewhere.